Hey, what's going on, guys? Brian Kelly here from Zombie Guitar. Here in today's video, I just want to respond to a question that comes up somewhat frequently, and it's with regards to how to practice soloing along with backing tracks. So, in short, the approach that I'm going to be suggesting in today's video is going to have 5 parts to it. The first part is practice quarter notes. The second part is practice eighth notes. The third part is practice triplets. The fourth part is practice taking a lick from a solo that you like or one of your favorite guitar players' solos or something like that and incorporate it into your own playing. And then 5 is just put everything together. So that is the routine that I'm going to be walking through in this video. And regardless of whether you're a member of the Zombie Guitar website or not, this stuff will apply 100%. If you're not a member of the Zombie Guitar website, all you'll need to do is just go onto Google, type in fretboard diagram in the key of, and then pick a key, say E minor, for example. Fretboard diagram in the key of E minor. A picture is going to pop up that shows you a fretboard diagram that's in the key of E minor. And then you're going to go to YouTube and you're going to type in backing track in the key of E minor. So what this is going to allow you to do is to have a rhythm section that's in a key, and then it's going to give you a visual aid that's going to show you all of the notes that are part of that key. In this example, we're talking about the key of E minor. So if you only play the notes that are on the fretboard diagram for the key of E minor, and you don't play anything else, then everything that you play is going to be 100% in the key of the rhythm section that you're jamming along with. Now, if you are a member of the Zombie Guitar website, then all of this has been done for you already. That's what these video backing tracks are all about. There's thousands of these video backing tracks on the website, and it allows you to practice in any key and practice just a multitude of different concepts. And in this video, I'm just going to be walking you through one of these example video backing tracks. So the one we're going to be using is going to be week 5 of the Solo Like a Pro in 8 Weeks course. All right, so the first thing is quarter notes. So what are quarter notes? So if you're bopping your head along to the music and you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's quarter notes. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4 count of a song. And a lot of the songs that you hear on the radio are going to be in 4/4. Not 100% of the time, but a lot of the time it's going to be in 4/4. What that means is that there's 4 quarter notes per measure. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so before moving on to the next part, I just want to point out a few things just so you're aware of this. So number 1, it doesn't matter what order you play the notes in because all of the notes are in key. I'm playing the scale notes with the music that is in the same key as what the fretboard diagram is telling me to do. So there's technically no wrong notes. Some notes are going to sound better than other notes, but all of the notes are in key. So it doesn't matter what order you play the notes in. So when you're practicing your scales, if you want to start out by practicing just up and down in a mindless fashion, that's not a bad idea to do just to kind of ingrain the pattern into your head. But when it comes to actually applying this stuff as we're doing right now and playing along with an actual musical context, it doesn't matter what order that you play the notes in. You don't have to start out on the lowest note. You really don't have to do anything. Just play those notes and avoid the notes that are not displayed on the screen. That's it. The second thing is be aware of where your major and minor scale roots are within these patterns. So throughout the entire Zombie Guitar website, minor scale roots are always designated by a white dot. Major scale roots are always designated by a red dot. All right, so I'm not going to get super into the theory about why that is. I have tons of other videos that talk about this and, chord tone targeting and always maintaining awareness of the major and minor scale root. But just for keeping things short, just for the purpose of this video, just always be aware of where they are. You're going to find that as you're playing these phrases and stuff like that, a lot of times when you end your phrases on either the minor or the major scale root, it's going to sound pretty good. With that said, the second part is going to be eighth notes. So the difference between quarter notes and eighth notes is that eighth notes are just double. So if your count is 1, 2, 3, 4, what you're going to be playing is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the music is still going to be the same track. It's still going to be the same backing track. It's going to be the same speed. It's going to have the same 4 count. It's just that you're playing twice as many notes now. So listen to how this sounds. All right, so the third thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be practicing triplets. So triplets are 3 notes for every 1 count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplet, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I only gave you 3 subdivisions to practice, and these aren't the only ones. There's a lot more than just quarter notes, eighth notes, and triplets. There's all types of other subdivisions that you could practice, and by all means, practice everything. Practice as much as you possibly can. So the next thing we're going to be doing is going to be stealing licks and then incorporating it into your own playing. So this is not a bad thing. It's not even really stealing because no one cares. Everyone does it. You're not ripping anyone off. You're not copying off anyone. No one's going to notice. It's like guitar players use the same licks over and over and over and over. So pick a song, pick your favorite solo, take a little lick out of that, and then learn how to just incorporate that into your own playing. So just as an example, I'm just going to use this little lick that's from the Sultans of Swing solo, and it goes like this. I'm going to use that much of it. So Sultans of Swing is in the key of D minor. So that means that the pentatonic position number 1 for that key is right here between frets 10 and 13. And that's exactly where I just played at. That's where I played that little lick at. But we're just going to take that lick, we're going to steal that lick, and we're just going to apply it to this completely different context that we're using for this video, which happens to be in the key of G minor, or the key of B flat major, whichever key you want to call it. Pentatonic position number 1 for the key that we're playing in is right here between frets 3 and 6. Or pentatonic position number 1 is also found up here between frets 15 and 18. So as you could hear there, I overdid it. I used the same lick many times. I overused this lick just for the sake of demonstration purposes. But the point is, no one is going to know that that is the Sultans of Swing lick if you didn't tell them. Alright, so the final thing we're going to do is we're going to put all this together. So come up with your own little mini solo and use all of the elements that we talked about so far. So use quarter notes, use eighth notes, use triplets, and then use stolen licks. And put all of it together and just come up with your own little mini solo. Now keep in mind the idea of phrasing. So you don't have to be playing a million notes. You don't have to be playing notes on every single possible beat that you possibly can. Let the rhythm chord shine through a little bit. You know, play a couple notes, then kind of sustain on the last note of your little phrase, and then let the rhythm chords shine through. And then play another couple notes, another phrase, and then let the rhythm chord shine through. So just try and come up with little musical sentences or musical phrases. And then one last thing to keep in mind is bends. So bends also have timing to them as well. So you can bend at the speed of quarter notes or at the speed of eighth notes or at the speed of triplets. But just keep in mind that they do have time to them. So for example, instead of playing something like this, 1 and 2 and 3. So instead of playing eighth notes like that, I could just bend this note and go 1 and 2 and 3. So with all of that said, putting all this together and then keeping in mind that you still want to have your bends fall in time as well, this is what I came up with. All right, so that is my recommended 5-step practice routine for practicing jamming along with backing tracks. So learning your subdivisions, learning how to steal licks and incorporate it into your own playing, and then learning how to mix all that stuff together. That's really how you get these scales to sound musical. So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.